if you are interested in knowing what goes into my healthy vegan fridge, hello everyone, welcome back to Veggie Magnifique, your go-to for holistic wellness and a healthy vegan lifestyle. If you are new around here, welcome, welcome. My name is Anne and I am a holistic health coach as well as a human on this planet trying to do a good job at life. Anyway, today we have a vegan fridge tour. So if you are interested in knowing what goes into my healthy vegan fridge, Vera is very, very noisy today. And she's on top of the chair. Okay, that's okay. So today I wanted to share with you a little bit about what I keep in my vegan fridge. Is my fridge perfect? No. Are there random things about? Absolutely, but that is real life. And I just wanted to share some of the products that I love, some of the things that I always try to keep on hand, and hopefully it'll help you if you're seeking to veganize your fridge a little bit and give you some ideas. Of course, my fridge varies from day to day. This is a somewhat typical day. I went to the store like 2 days ago, so we have quite a bit of things, but it's not like fresh. Vera, are you gonna cooperate? She's not gonna cooperate. You know what she likes to do? She likes to go in the fridge. You like vegan food? You like to go in the fridge? Okay, well we'll see if she jumps in, because it's hard to get her out when she jumps in, and she does jump in. On that note, let's jump in. Okay, let's begin before all the things in my fridge go bad. Of course, if there is ambient noise, that is very normal. My fridge is making lots of ambient noise. All right, let's start with the bottom of the fridge actually. So down here I have basically all the fruits and vegetables. That's where we keep the fruits and vegetables, except of course my fruit bowl, which is on the counter, which isn't part of the fridge. So we'll just stick with the fridge tour, but I obviously have a bunch more fruit because I love fruit. My husband and I love fruit. We eat fruit all day, every day, but this is just the fruit that is refrigerated. Okay, so we have citrus mainly. Let's see, I really am into these miniolas at the moment. I like to juice them. They're super delicious. I don't always juice them. Sometimes I eat them if they're super juicy. I just love them. As well as a random apple. This apple is very random because I'm very picky about apples. I'm from Washington State and my favorite apple is an organic Honeycrisp. And when I was at Trader Joe's, that's where you can get them. They're super good. Someone had put a couple apples that were not organic into the organic Honeycrisp apple section. Yeah, I know, it was totally evil. And so I'm left with this random like non-organic apple. So I'm planning to like, you know, what do you call that? Peel it and then use it, because here's the thing, health coach tidbit. So Dirty Dozen stuff. An apple that isn't organic, you're eating the skin. So you're not able to remove the skin, which would hold a lot of pesticides. So for example, things like bananas and avocados and mangoes that you remove the skin and you eat the inside, they're a lot safer to have non-organic. Whereas things like apples or strawberries that you eat the outside of, the pesticides are just all up in there in the outside and you're eating the outside. So yeah. Next up down here, I have a bunch of different vegetables and greens. So they're kind of like overflowing into the first shelf, but that's, you know, that's normal. My husband and I like to eat greens. He's like the green inspiration. Like I love salad, I love greens, it's great, but he really loves them and he's super health coach man. So if I don't have enough greens in the house, he starts to complain, but in a nice way, sort of. Anyway, so we have organic romaine, which is my absolute favorite. Sorry about the framing, it's a little bit funny, but just bear with me. It's a fridge tour, so it's somewhat tricky. I love romaine because it's super crunchy. It's my favorite lettuce. I know it's not like a green, but it's a wonderful base for salads, and I always really enjoyed Caesar salads growing up, so this is one of my favorites. In addition to that, we always have on hand some cabbage. So this is just some organic red cabbage, and the reason cabbage is important, guys, is that it's a cruciferous vegetable. So you can add this into all sorts of things, really. Like if you just eat it plain, you're not gonna like it. I mean, you may like it, I don't know. It's not that delicious on its own, but when you're judicious about it and you pop it in salads or you put it in a stir fry or you add some sort of delectable like sesame ginger dressing to cabbage, it's good. So we keep this and we add it willy-nilly whenever we can. Voila. My favorite vegetable is carrots, honestly. I just love carrots. So I put carrots in everything from salads to stir fries to chili. I eat them with hummus, which we'll get to. We have a lot of delicious dips that I'm excited to talk about. So yeah, carrots, obviously. Then another thing is arugula. So arugula is a bitter green. I really like it, actually. The ways that I like it the best are on top of pizza, like chopped up, yum, and also with like a pear salad or mixed with other things. Like if you just have arugula and you don't have a fantastic dressing, it might be a bit bitter. I think it's an acquired taste, but I do like it. Sorry, there's lots of noise going on here. Oh, and then we have a random zucchini here. So this zucchini, which has bits of vegetables on it because real life. I used part of it in a pizza last night. We had a delectable vegan pizza last night, and I was just basically adding everything but the kitchen sink, like as many veggies as I could find, except carrots. That would have been weird. I didn't add carrots to the pizza. And so I like just chopped up a little bit of this, but you'll actually get to see the pizza because we have one leftover slice in my leftover bin. Okay, next up. So the greens are overflowing here. And one thing I want to talk about is this big bin of spinach with a cat hair on it. So this is amazing. This I didn't have in France, and I'm very grateful. This is a big, huge bin of triple washed spinach. Baby spinach is a wonderful way to add greens to basically any dish because it's pretty mild in flavor and they shrink when you add them into a heated dish, right? So it's not just like eating a spinach salad. You could eat like the quantity of 2 spinach salads if you were to add them to, say, a pasta or a stir fry, because it just really reduces. Highly recommend you check out a big tub of baby spinach that's triple washed if you live in the States or you live somewhere where they have this. It's amazing, and we go through it. Also good in smoothies. Another thing that I have on hand is organic tomatoes. And the thing about tomatoes, I grew up not eating tomatoes because my mom has an unnatural fear of tomatoes. And then I taught myself to like them in France, which is a very good thing because they're so delectable in so many ways. Like if you just chomp into one, it's not that fantastic, but you can use them in so many different ways. I add them to pizzas, I add them to salads, I add them to sandwiches. You guys know how to use tomatoes, voila. Another green I'm particularly fond of is butter lettuce. I really like butter lettuce. And here's the thing, guys. I'm a little bit picky about salad greens. I am. That's why I have a lot of different ones, because Arnold can eat just like baby kale salads all day, and I don't really like baby kale salads all day. Like if I mix it with like avocado and other things, I can be into it, but want to make sure that there's a few greens that I really like the mouthfeel of and that I enjoy, and that's gonna help you guys eat so many more salads. Experiment with different kinds of greens, especially as a base. And then if you want to add kale in, which I do, I actually don't have any kale right now. Sorry, Arnold, but we usually do. And then I chop it really finely. I think I've shown you this before in a what I eat in a day video. Is I just chop it really finely and then I add it into things. A theme in my cooking is kind of like how many more vegetables can I just kind of add into this dish, right? I love baby butter lettuce, personal preference. Again, we're trying to inspire ourselves to eat more greens, so I highly recommend you get the greens that you really like or figure out which ones you do. Next up, we have broccoli. Now, broccoli is like, there's 2 teams. There's like the totally loathe broccoli and the totally love broccoli team, right? I actually am in the middle. I'm like, there's 2 teams. I'm in the middle because if it's deliciously prepared, I'm gonna totally love it. Like it's not heinous, like if it's in a yummy stir fry or in some like vegan mac and cheese or it's roasted properly, like I could totally get down with some broccoli. If it's just super plain or not properly cooked, it's not the best. But anyway, the reason why broccoli is important is it's cruciferous. And yes, the organic broccoli comes in these ridiculously annoying plastic containers. The bane of my existence. I don't know. I mean, we want to eat organic, but why do they have to package the organic stuff in plastic? I don't know. Okay, and then we have Spindrift back here, which is our favorite kind of spritzer. We call it a spritzer. I know it's called seltzer, but we call it spritzer. And this is one of our favorites. It's grapefruit. It's one of those no sugar added sparkling waters that has a little bit of juice in it. what Arnold and I usually do, my husband, is we split a spritzer. So we rarely will drink a whole one by ourselves just to kind of like make them last longer because it's kind of a luxury, right? Okay, next shelf. What I really want to talk to you about is cashew yogurt. So many of you know, or actually do you know, I don't know if you know, I'm really lamenting the loss of sojad, which is a soy yogurt that we had in Paris. It was so good, no sugar added, just love it. And they don't have it here. We have searched high and low, we haven't found unsweetened, without a bunch of weird stuff, soy yogurt. So if you're an American company, please make soy yogurt. However, in order to placate my yogurt obsession, I found, and I've talked about this before in What I Eat in a Days, Forager Project makes cashew yogurt. Now, is it as healthy as soy yogurt? No. Is it pretty good? Yeah, it's pretty good, you know? It's pretty good. It's better than coconut because obviously coconut has a little bit of saturated fat and it's, you know, it's fine, it's okay. It's just this is better. And what I do is I mix no sugar added plain yogurt with a little bit of vanilla yogurt, which has a little bit of sugar in it, and I find that combination really just does it for me because this alone is a bit too sweet, but together, perfection. So I have this and then I have 2 more cartons behind it because I love yogurt and it's delicious and I eat it with berries. I have it in the morning, I have it as a dessert, I have it in the afternoon when I need a snack with apples. I love it. And of course cashews are rich in B vitamins and they help alleviate depression. Just fun fact. So this is a new bin I'm repurposing. I'm trying to up my fridge game. I was like, I'm filming a fridge tour. I need to up my fridge game. So this fridge is maybe 10% nicer than it usually is. Because I was like, my fridge is going on the internet for the rest of time. I should probably make it look slightly better. And of course Arnold was like, you're gonna put our fridge on the internet? It's a total disaster. We need systems. And I'm like, yeah, we need systems. You wanna help me with those systems? He's like, I have to work. And so anyway, I found this bin that I was using for pasta and I'm gonna try and use it as a leftover bin of like the eat now bin, right? So we have some random leftover bean mac and cheese that my husband made that was excellent. You just put like white beans into a bunch of different spices and nutritional yeast and you make mac and cheese. And then this is the leftover pizza I was telling you about. Sorry to show you my leftovers, but life. And you'll see there's a gang of arugula on the top there. We just get these pizza doughs from the grocery store, just a random pizza dough. And if you let it hang out in the fridge for several days, it gets kind of like puffy and it tastes like pizzeria pizza. Amazing, it's so good. And again, is like white pizza dough the healthiest thing? No, it's not. However, I see it as like a vehicle to just chuck on a bunch of vegetables and then it's like super enjoyable, right? You have to make food enjoyable. Like, who doesn't like pizza, right? But if you make pizza healthy, if you add a bunch of veggies onto it, like it's a wonderful treat. It's delicious. We don't have it every night, you know, but once in a while it's truly a treat. And we add cashew cheese on top, also good. So yeah, random leftover. Often we'll have a grain in the fridge, like a batch grain, but I don't have a batch grain right now just because life, but often we do. I promise. Usually we have like quinoa or some rice or, I mean, anything, bulgur, just depends. So over here, I want to talk about these exciting spreads and dips. One thing that I have discovered since being back in the States is Kite Hill. And I just want to gush for a minute about Kite Hill cream cheeses. The reason this is a fantastic product, and I mean fantastic, is because there's no oil and so many substitutes for dairy and cream cheese and everything. It's filled with oil and I just don't want it. I just don't want the oil. And this is just like almonds. It's almonds with a little bit of xanthan gum, guar gum, mushroom extract to preserve freshness, lactic acid, citric acid, and cultures. That's it. C'est un bon produit. C'est un bon produit. And then this is the chive kind, which I find delicious as well for savory. I eat these all the time. I eat them with crackers, I eat them on bagels, I eat them on toast. This is our favorite hummus. It's chipotle, it's very spicy. We love it because it's spicy. This is insanely spicy ghost pepper salsa from Trader Joe's. I highly recommend you exercise caution. I speak from experience. But my husband is like a spicer, so I try to keep up sometimes, and yeah. Okay, and a couple other these are like delicious things that are expensive, but you know, they last a while as long as you're not like spooning them into your mouth. This is a spicy cashew cheese, which is so good. This is made in New Hampshire. This is an amazing product. Petersboro, New Hampshire. I don't know if this is sold all over the United States. Doubtfully internationally, although that would be awesome. It's called Nuttin' Ordinary, and it's fantastic. They also make this in pepper, like a pepper cheese. So good. Like if you are missing cheese, like say you're a new vegan or whatever, guys, this stuff is incredible. It'll just really like nip your craving in the bud for any sort of like queso morphine addictive cow cheese, right? It's really amazing. And then this is a black bean dip with jalapeno, serrano, and habanero peppers that my husband really likes. I could take it or leave it, but he really likes it. In the back we have some random roasted garlic sauerkraut. I haven't had in a couple weeks, but I should, shouldn't I? This is a good reminder. Gotta get your probiotics. But I eat so much yogurt. Anyway, I have to get better about eating sauerkraut. Are there any sauerkraut fans out there? Leave me a comment, encourage me. One thing I forgot to tell you, this is our meat and cheese drawer. So we have a lot of different things that non-vegans have, but in vegan form. So we have some vegan cheese. Now, are these processed? A little bit. Again, these are like treats that we add onto our vegetables and beans and whole grains, but they really do, like if you're a foodie, and I'm a foodie, like I need flavor. I really, really do. I need flavor and I love food. So I can't just eat plain stuff all day, every day. I know some people can, and that's wonderful. But anyway, so I like to add, sorry, I'm sitting on a pillow here. It's not the most comfortable. So I need to have, you know, some funsies in here. And this is a funsie. It is tomato cayenne pepper field roast, vegan chow slices. Field Roast is a good brand. They have a lot of vegan meats and cheeses that are pretty fantastic. Again, not the cheapest thing, but I think it's worthwhile, especially if you have to pack lunches, which I have to do once or twice a week for work. I put this on like a vegan Sammy. So good. We also have some random leftover vegan mince. What do you call that in English? Ground beef. But it's not. This is the Tofurkey brand, which is very, very flavorful. It almost tastes a little bit like bacon-y. I really also like the Gardein kind, which is in our freezer. By the way, if you guys would like a freezer tour, let me know, because this is gonna be a long video. So I'm not gonna do the fridge and the freezer, but if you are interested in the goodies that we keep in the freezer, which we really do keep a lot of goodies in the freezer, let me know, and I will make a video about the freezer. Okay, next up we have tempeh. Now, tempeh is amazing. It's fermented soybeans. It's kind of like tofu, but it's slightly less processed. Like tofu is still an amazing product, but this is even better. And you can do all sorts of things with this. I highly recommend you marinate it. Like you slice it up and you marinate it, and you can either saute it or you can bake it. And then we have, of course, a bunch of tofu. This is super firm tofu, which we get at Trader Joe's. It really helps with, you know how with tofu, you have to squeeze out the water and it's like a laborious process? This, you don't have to do much of that, which is great. We have a random thyme spice thing, which was fresh, and now is about a dried spice. I should figure out something to do with it. And then we have more tofu. Voila, that is vegan meat and cheese drawer. Now, the top shelf is a whole mess. Sorry, but you know. And let's start, wait, hold on. Let's start over here. This is where I keep my matcha in the fridge. I just figure it'll be fresher. So I have matcha up here. We also have a random tortilla. Let's talk about tortillas. So tortillas are great. Not that they're the healthiest thing, but they can hold in healthy things, right? So yeah, it's kind of like a white carb, but at the same time, if you put a bunch of beans and vegetables and like a whole grain in there, like, oh, that's great, right? And this is our favorite, the habanero lime flour tortillas, medium hot with a hint of lime, because as you can tell, we like spicy. But what I really like about this is that it doesn't have hydrogenated oils. And I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed with so many tortilla brands, especially in the United States anyway, having hydrogenated oils. Like it's a laundry list of ingredients in especially flour tortillas. So annoying. So these ones don't. I mean, they have quite a bit of a long list, however, not as long, and there's no hydrogenated oils. You really want to avoid hydrogenated oils because they are trans fats. This is another treat that we have in the fridge, and Korean barbecue vegetable dumplings. I have never tried the Korean vegetable. We have been having the Thai basil, but this is Nasoya brand, and they're just so much fun. They're so much fun to have dumplings. Like, who doesn't love dumplings, you know? And again, like, it's not the healthiest thing, although they have lots of protein, 9 grams per serving. But you pair it with like a delicious veggie stir fry, and then you kind of have your cake and eat it too, right? Back here, I finally found umeboshi paste. Hooray! So we can make onigiris, which are those little rice balls. And we used to go to a place in Paris that had the most amazing onigiri. And they had umeboshi paste onigiris, and we have missed them. And I finally found it, so I made some the other day, which were delicious. And it's kind of like a salty plum. And why do we have umeboshi plum paste? Well, it's kind of a macrobiotic, like, superstar. It's good for digestion. It's good to like if you have a sore stomach or something like that, you can put a little bit in some hot water. It's not necessarily that delicious, but it has some purported benefits. I generally just put it in onigiri. Here, I have a bunch of salsas. Too many salsas and some diced tomatoes that I used on the pizza, and some pizza sauce. Yeah, so that's not too exciting. Those are just salsas and pizza sauces. Then I have peanut butter. This is our favorite kind of peanut butter here. It is organic and salty. And then of course I want to talk a little bit about Just Egg. You've seen it if you've seen my What I Eat in a Day videos, but it's pretty incredible. Like, there's a little bit of canola oil in there, which isn't like the best thing ever, however, and some other random things, but nothing like too bad. And it's a mung bean paste, so it is incredibly eggy. Like, if you're missing eggs. Okay, and then I also have these little organic chopped up garlic things. This is so helpful, guys, because when you're cooking, you're often chopping up onions and garlic, and it's annoying, and it gets all over your fingers and your knife and then your cutting board, and then when you cut fruit, your fruit tastes like garlic and just like, ah, and I just can't stand it. So I found this amazing product, which is chopped garlic, and I just like pop it in when I'm sauteing, and like, life is so much better. Oh, one thing I didn't talk about. There's these little avocado on the go packs from Trader Joe's, but I have mixed feelings about them. So, you know, they're cool for when you have to pack a lunch. From an ecological standpoint, they're not the best ever because they're like individually packaged. In terms of flavor, the first time I had them, I was like, ooh, this is incredible. And now I find it kind of intense. So they're just hanging out in there. Okay, is there anything I didn't cover here? No. Okay, let's talk about the door. Can you even see the door? Can you see the door? I don't know if you can see the door. I will bring things up. So let's talk. Can you see better there? Okay. We've got plant-based butter. I think this probably looks like most people's fridges. We have soy sauce, ketchup, sriracha, some rice vinegar, mustard we make dressings out of, miso paste. I mean, it looks like a lot, but we use them. Sun-dried tomatoes, jam that we don't usually use because I make chia jam. We've got this garlic chili sauce that I add to stir fries. Better Than Bouillon, which is a really good product because it makes veggie broth. I've got my EPA DHA in here from Joel Furman. What else do we have? And then a bunch of milks, vegan milks. We have soy, oat, and soy. Now let me just talk about this here for a second. So I'm really close up, sorry. This is a sweetened soy, vanilla soy that we use in smoothies, but usually I have unsweetened. However, sadly, my store hasn't had it in like 2 months. So with smoothies, since we're putting a bunch of greens, it's not that big a deal, but ordinarily we do not want sweetened milk. Maple syrup, of course. And then we keep our flaxseed in here. I'm sorry, I'm talking fast because I'm worried about our fridge like losing all the coldness here. And down here we have vegan kimchi, which I haven't touched in about, I don't know, several months. I should probably look into that. Then we've got pickles. Now pickles are amazing for sandwiches as well as salad dressings. Okay, my camera died. I've been talking too long. Okay. I just bought some capers, which apparently are good in salad dressings, so I'm gonna experiment with that. I'll get back to you. We have some red cherry juice, which we add to those spritzers I was talking about, just for fun. This is my favorite soy milk. This is my favorite soy milk because it is unsweetened. It is 9 grams of protein, organic from Trader Joe's. So amazing. At the moment, this is my favorite oat milk because it's made with organic oats, whereas, you know, Oatly isn't. But there's like, Okay, so on the one hand, Oatly is a oat company. They don't make, to my knowledge, anything non-vegan, whereas Chobani does, but they're using organic oats. So I don't know. And then this is the kind of insane milk that you want to give to your non-vegan friends. This is the extra creamy Chobani. Guys, if you are hooked on sort of like creamy dairy, or you know someone who is, this will really help you to like get off it. It's just amazing. Yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with here. Okay, let's close the fridge, guys, shall we? All right, let's bring you closer. So, on my fridge, let's talk about that. This is the Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen, and I really recommend that everyone print this out and put it on their fridge because it's such a good reminder of the things that we should try to get into our diet every day. And even though my husband and I are both health coaches, we still need to be reminded that, oh, have we gotten our flaxseed in? Or have we make sure that we've gotten a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric in, right? Did we get our cruciferous in? So I highly recommend that you print this out. What I'll do is I'll leave a link down in the description box if you want to print it out and put it on your fridge. So guys, there you have it. There's my vegan fridge. It's not perfect, but I just thought I would share it with you in the hopes that it would help kind of demystify what we keep in there. Of course, we also have a pantry. We also have, like I said, a fruit bowl and a freezer, so there's more going on than just what you see, but that's the fridge. So just really quick, I want to talk about some of my favorite places to get food. So obviously now that we're in the States, we go to Trader Joe's, we go to our random Market Basket, which is a New England grocery store, and they have a lot of different vegan or organic products, which is amazing. Another place that we like to order from is Thrive Market. I will leave a link in the description box if you haven't heard of Thrive before. It's pretty awesome. Like, I really love ordering from Thrive because you don't have to go to the store. It's the easiest thing ever. It's just shipped to you. Of course, if you're in Europe, France, or Spain, I highly recommend you check out Smart Fooding because that's a wonderful, it's kind of like Thrive where you can order a bunch of yummy things. They have a lot of vegan products and then they're shipped to your door, which is, in my opinion, the best, especially if you're a busy person, and so many of us are. So if you found this video helpful, it would be so helpful to me if you leave me a comment to let me know that you did. And again, if you'd like to see a freezer tour, let me know as well in the comments below. Or maybe let me know, is there a product that like you cannot live without, some yummy vegan thing that I should totally try? Let me know in the comments below. Another wonderful thing to do is to like, and if you haven't subscribed, join us. Lots of fun content to come. I've got things in the pipeline. Thank you guys so much for your patience the last couple weeks. I've been working on some pretty important projects that I can't wait to talk to you about. So stay tuned for that. And I will look forward to seeing you guys next time on Veggie Magnifique TV. Bye!